After all that, you're saying it was my father who killed Knightless? Then that means it was all for nothing. I didn't want to become some weakling who could have been killed by anyone. That's why I thought I followed Mr. Dogen's footsteps. This finally proves it. Simon Keys, Dogen's correspondent chess partner, and the master behind this case. That's right, it was me! I'm the mastermind behind it all. He's finally showing his true colors. As you all know, I witnessed the incident 12 years ago! President Hong's assassination. The child who drew that picture was Simon Keys. When I was found out, I was subjected to horrible interrogations, over and over, by that heartless Patricia. I spent the nights trembling in my bed, terrified of what the next day it would bring. I'm sure you can understand why I'd want to sneak out of there, right? However, Balze would have likely sent pursuers after you. Exactly! I was on the run from, them every waking moment, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. I could even sleep at night. I'd jump at the slightest noise. And that's why I became a circus performer. He literally ran away to the circus. Balze Deveste was the chief prosecutor, and Patricia Rowland was the warden of the prison. No ordinary person would be a match for those two, and there were no adults I could rely on. Furthermore, behind the scenes was the body double who had set those two in motion. Though he was a fake, I was up against a nation's president. Talk about utter despair, right? My only ally was Mr. Dogen. He saved my life after all. He actually helped me out, unlike Knightley. This story is true. It's ironic. Dogen, the fiendish assassin, was idolized by the child he saved. I followed in his footsteps. I no longer have to worry about being eaten alive. That's right! Now it's my turn! My turn to devour those who would feed upon me! I suppose you never thought to seek help from the police? No way, no way! As long as Balze was around, every evidence would be destroyed by him. Actually, didn't something like that almost happen today during Patricia's trial? I knew from the very beginning that things would turn out like this. The evidence of Patricia Rowland's trial. Well, he's saying that he expected the evidence would be destroyed. I see, so that's why you kidnapped John. To force a guilty verdict, even in the absence of evidence.
Objection!
Who's to say? But in order to expose the crimes of 12 years ago, there is no other choice. That's according to you. However, Balze also attempted to kidnap John in order to manipulate the trial in his favor. Your methods are no different than those of the people you so despise.
Objection!
That's only if you were actually the kidnapper. But I would never do anything so evil. No way, no way, no way, no way. I just simply couldn't. Besides, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm actually quite thankful to the real criminals for giving me the opportunity to extract such sweet revenge.
Objection!
So you admit it. Your motive was revenge. Yeah, I admit it. So what? Sure, I held a grudge against those creeps. But it's not like I'm the one who actually killed them, you know? This is actually very true. Kinda got him in the Viceroy here. The most he can really get is some jail time, and even then. Truth be told, all I did was send some letters. I let Jill in on Balze's secret. Let Balze in on Jill's secrets. And then the two simply ended up trying to kill each other. Do you mean to say the murder was nothing more than a result of that? Yep, just the case at Gordy Lake. Way easier than trying to control wild animals. All I did was come up with a fake assassination plan for Knightley. That was also a part of his plan. If that's the case, then Rookie's murder was also your...
Objection!
Whoa, don't try to pin that on me. Knightley killed them all on his own. Well, you ended up creating the perfect opportunity for me. It's funny how things work out. How could you say such a thing? It was the same for Patricia Rowland. I made it look like there was a connection between Knightley and Dogen by using the correspondence chess match and the chisel in the chessboard. What? You mean to say that you were the one who prepared the chisel? That's right. I thought it would bring Dogen to mind. Quite a thoughtful little gift, would you say? And that was all it took to get Patricia to murder Knightley. Oh, the feeling that everyone around you is an enemy. I know it all too well. The tiniest spark had set off an explosion of fear, resulted in horrific mutual destruction. All I did was match the comedy of errors unfold for the audience. And you were my final pawn, Mr. Edgeworth. A pawn? Me? When you solved their cases, you brought both Balze and Patricia to their ruin. And the weapon that delivered the coup de grace was your own logic! I didn't solve those cases for your sake. Oh, I know. You never really cared about saving me. You just wanted to pretend to be a defense attorney, didn't you? What did you... All I had to do was go, no way, no way, no way, no way, and act all scared. And you totally believed me! You were giving it, you're all trying to save me. So even your arrest was just a ploy to make me use my logic. To be fair, getting arrested wasn't part of the plan. When people began to suspect that the chisel I sent was the murder weapon. Honestly, I broke out in a cold sweat. I thought for sure it would be curtains for me. And then it turned about in miraculous proportions. The genius prosecutor himself had come to my rescue. Well, doesn't it feel nice to be thanked by me? The one that you saved. You should be grateful! I gave you this chance to play the ace attorney! Hey! We were able to tie it all together. Nice bow. You're wrong! He wasn't pretending to be a defense attorney. Mr. Edgeworth is always serious about saving people. Even the times when he saved me in the past. Hey. Is that so? Are you sure he's not trying to manipulate his own father? The one he admires so much? Absolutely not! That's not true at all. Now, okay. The person he's talking about now isn't Miles, but rather Simon himself. Clearly he is not able to trust others. The desire to save someone other than himself is something he cannot even comprehend. Say what you want, but make sure you think about it long and hard. Sure, all my targets for revenge got what they deserved in the end. However... Instigating murder? Is that what he would be having? An instigating murder situation. If I tell someone to go kill somebody, they kill that person, I could be arrested? Law sucks. Think about it. Can any one of my actions really be considered a crime? I instigated a murder? There's not a single word about that in the letter, is there? If I had to said the word kill even once, I guess it could be considered instigation. Well, maybe I did say it, but there's no way for you to prove it. What are you saying? You kidnapped me. I'm sorry, but that hasn't been proven yet, has it? The only thing I admitted to was sending the letters. That's... Besides, those letters contain no threats or coercions. I'm simply conveying information. Information that each recipient would find beneficial. Crafty little... Can we do something about it? What was it he said? Instigating murder? Instigating murder is when a person directs someone else to commit murder. The person who directed the murder can be charged as if he committed the crime himself. We just have to find a way to prove that he directed those murders. I'm honestly on his side. I'm gonna be real. I don't think he should be arrested. So, deuces. It just ends the whole thing. You make it sound so easy. To be honest, it kind of pisses me off a little. You're all trying to frame an innocent person for murder. Don't you understand? I'm not obligated to waste any more time on this pointless discussion.
Not so fast!
Police are waiting for you outside this tent. You have nowhere to run. Really now? You think I want to have an escape route planned? For example, let's say... I gave an order so that all the animals here attacked you. Now what if I were to take my leave during the ensuing chaos? What do you say? You can't be serious. It was all just an example. Wouldn't that make for an interesting show? Here's another idea. What if I pulled out a hidden gun and took John hostage? That might be more exciting. I would never allow you to do such a thing. Can't tell whether or not Simon is being serious. However, when it comes to him, we should consider anything a possibility. You need to bore me with your trivial on the show right here. I'd like you to keep that in mind before you make any baseless objections. Not make any careless remarks. There's some way I could charge him with these crimes. Rebub? Think about it. Can you really say that? Really consider it a crime? You incited others to commit murder, and they did so. If proof of that was established, you would be charged as if you yourself committed the murders. I know I heard it just a while ago, but what's the technical term again? It's instigating murder. Okay. Balze, Patricia Rowland, and Knightley. Their crimes are unforgivable, of course. However, the one who pulled the strings from behind the scenes and drove them all to murder was none other than you, Simon Keyes. Mr. Edgeworth, you really do speak your mind freely. But you know, there's not a single word in those letters.
Hold it!
There's not a single word. Oh, does that surprise you? You reached the same conclusion if you examined it. Given his composure, I say he's not bluffing. Does this mean that every single word in his letters have been carefully calculated? Well, I guess you could say this is like teaching a monkey to climb a tree. Unless you could somehow prove that I caused those murders. Got nothing on me. Ergo, you can't accuse me of instigating murder. What a shame, Mr. Edgeworth. Said the word killed. This isn't how instigation is, but I know you instigated the murders. Perhaps I should let you in on this, Mr. Edgeworth. Actually, I was the one who ordered Balze and Destiny to kill Jill Crane. What? You told me yourself.
Objection!
But you know, the funny thing is, it means absolutely nothing if you have no proof. I mean, there's no way I'd ever say something like that. No way, no way, no way, no way. That's certainly true. It means absolutely nothing if I can't prove it. There was some evidence that could prove what he said over the phone. I mean, even then, it's not his voice?
Hold it!
Maybe you did say it? Did you or didn't you? It doesn't really matter whether I did or didn't. That's not what's important. I'm sure you know full well, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no way to prove it. There's no way any proof can exist! Until I find some sort of proof, my arguments are meaningless. Should I press him to draw out more information or review the evidence? I'm afraid I must find some way to break through his defenses. He confessed to me over the phone. He told me he had balls they killed Miss Crane. Or there was some evidence that could prove what he said over the phone. Okay. There's no way to for you to prove it. I think this is right here where it is, because it should have it specifically on Nicole's thing. Intercepted from the bug that was planted on K. And there's the bug.
Objection!
It is my firm conviction that you instigated the murders. After all, you told me so yourself. Perhaps I should let you in on this, Mr. Edgeworth. Actually, I was the one who ordered Balzay to Beste to kill Jill Crane. What? Did I say that? I really don't remember. You may think you can deceive us as much as you want. But unfortunately for you, you used a bug to eavesdrop on our conversations. But there was someone else who wiretapped that bug of yours and recorded the whole thing. It was recorded? In other words, the conversation between you and that clown is recorded on that tape? Ugh. Ling Z says, a schemer drowns in his own schemes. And if this is what he meant. Miss Swift, I'd like to listen to your tape. Roger! Ah, it's right about here. Mr. Edgeworth, Judge Courtney's cell phone is ringing. Who is this? Are you the person who ambushed Kay? Mr. Edgeworth, I want to listen on this too. Very well. This is where it starts. Well, I must say... Huh. That's odd. What's wrong? Well, there ain't nothing recorded past this point. What? Why? Why wasn't it recorded? Too bad, so sad. Do you really think I'd leave behind any incriminating evidence? The bug I planted has a special feature. It can be turned on and off with a remote control. What? That sort of thing exists? Certainly. Remote-controlled listening devices do exist. However, are you saying you switched off the device so that your own voice would not be recorded? Precisely!
Objection!
Impossible! You couldn't have done that unless you knew you were being recorded.
Objection!
Isn't it obvious I knew? I guess you just don't get it. could call it a hunch. I had a feeling I was being wiretapped. Miss Swift, was it? I figured things out before you knew about the kidnapping. Don't tell me. You were listening in on that conversation. That's right! Oh, come to think of it, I'm surprised you didn't realize it until now. Dumb genius prosecutor, you turned out to be Mr. Edgeworth. Oh my, and what was the end result of all this? Since you don't have any proof of the instigation charges, it's game over. Mr. Prosecutor, was my recording no help to you at all? Ain't there something? Anything at all in my recording? Swift. Okay. Yes? Bug was planting a badge, right? Do you have any ideas? How do you expect me to come up with an answer right off the top of my head? You were the only one who came into contact with the culprit.
Objection.
How unsightly. You're all fussing over useless evidence. Let's move on to the next topic. Next! What's this? Seems a bit eager to change the topic of conversation. We're the only one who came into contact with the culprit. Only Kay came into contact with Simon. Any sound was recorded at the time she was with the culprit. Miss Swift, how long have you been recording? Since 2 nights ago, I reckon. Since 2 nights ago. In that case... when should a conversation with Simon possibly have been recorded? It would be last night, right? This morning doesn't make sense, comparatively. But last night would, because she did meet up with somebody. Oh, fuck. No, it wasn't last night. Was it 2 nights ago? Last night Kate was with you. That would make you seem like the culprit. Oh. So I guess 2 nights it is? I didn't think it was 2 nights, but... Yes, come on. 2 nights ago, then. 2 nights ago. Simon brought Kay to the roof. He listened to the recording from that time frame. Miss Swift, please let us listen to the recording from 2 nights ago. Huh? Okie dokie. This is the sound of a hot air balloon. That's right. At the time, Simon was carrying Kay in the hot air balloon. Ergo, he was near Kay. Anything recorded? That was a gunshot? Seems you were quick to deactivate the bug. However, you were a little too late. You can't run anymore. That gunshot ties you to the case. Huh? What are you saying? There's no gun involved in this case, is there? No. There should be someone connected to the case who fired a gun. Just strike with the evidence that points to that person. Which piece of evidence connects the gunshot to this case? Gunshot? I genuinely do not know. I think it would be this? Combination lock. Photo. Touch Courtney, but there's no anything else. No. recording there. No. Never passed through. That's this one, maybe? 2 nights ago, the president never passed through the 51st. I think it's this one. So he actually brought down the president with the balloon. He shot the president. Directly. Huh. I think it's specifically that. We don't need those lily things. Don't need any of that. That's not gonna work. None of these are gonna work. That's all whatever. So I think our best thing is that particular testimony. We haven't used it yet. So it makes sense.
Take that!
No? Yeah, but I'm wrong? Why am I wrong on that? I'm pretty sure that's what happened. He actually killed the president. Think about it a little harder. I'm sorry. The person who fired the gun could be the same person who kidnapped me, right? That's possible. However, it seems we can't be sure. See if there's something that connects those involved in this case of a gun. We should review the evidence once more. When you mumbled about, because I thought the gun isn't related at all, is it? No, the gunshot that was recorded is greatly related to this case. Who fired the gun? I don't recall anybody firing the gun. Last night it likely fell off the studio. It wouldn't be a gunshot. There was no shot fired there. That was the only thing that I had to it. That's a file from 18 years ago. That's not gonna help. The report for Knightley is not gonna help. That's something else. The bug was planted inside the Alcatraz box by the person. I don't think it would be. I don't think it'd be Nicole's tape recorder. I don't think it'd be the bouquet. Wouldn't it be sleeping drugs? I already did that. 12 years ago, not part of this. That's not part of it either. Cameron's corpse held it tightly in his right hand. Fake. Message. Prior to the incident, a child's prank. No. Didn't belong to Cameron. No. Left the crime scene. 12 years ago. 12 years ago. We don't need that. Place in the truck. A small hot air balloon. We haven't used it yet, but... Says from K, but no one knows who really wrote the letter. Combination lock. I don't know what it is. And this one says crushed to death. We still don't know how he died. Well, I guess he didn't get shot. Let's read this. It's just that spot right there. There's a secret entrance. Original last night, it likely fell. What connects to a gunshot? We don't really have anything. I don't see it. The recording doesn't have this. No. So it wouldn't be the hole digging for hole diggers. I don't know what it would be. Like, I'm genuinely flabbergasted because I feel like I got everything. So either it's redundant evidence that we have to put out again, or the only other thing that I could think of in particular, I don't think it'd be the lion balloon. It wouldn't be this. This isn't a gun. Like, there's nothing here. So, it wouldn't be that either. It wouldn't be that. Or, wait. maybe there's a gunshot hole? No. Taken yesterday, the body of this. Nope. Crushed to death. President was never seen coming down. This. Last night, it likely fell from the studio roof. This is the only thing I can think of. If it's not that, I am just going to look.
Take that!
Nope. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what they want me to, like, look at, because, like, I am genuinely confused. The person who fired the gun could be the same person who kidnapped me, right? That's possible, however, it seems we can't be sure. See if there's something that connects those involved in the case of the gun. We should review the evidence once more, which I swear I did. And I'm confused why you think that I would know that. This? Concussions and bone fracture found there. Gunpowder residue. There it is. Okay, I see where the logic hits. Okay, so this totally is it.
Take that!
It's written right here in the body double's autopsy report. Gunpowder residue was detected on his right hand. Where was Kay at the time this gunshot was recorded? That's right, she was being carried to the roof of the Grand Tower in your balloon. And as it turns out, there were a few people on that very same rooftop at the time. You mean, double me? Certainly, after we talked for a brief moment, the body double noticed something and had me leave before him. Now, what if the gunshot rang out after that? You clearly hear it in the recording. I doubt that you wouldn't have noticed. Do you intend to feign arrogance until the very end? There's nothing more than mere conjecture. What we were heard on the recording was not just a gunshot. A big clank? Did he seriously get like smushed by that? Listen closely. You could hear the bullet hitting something. The body double was aiming at Simon then. The bullet may have struck which piece of evidence? Oh, the balloon, right? The balloon. I can't imagine anything else gets hit harder. Because the balloon has little iron tips right there, right? Wow.
Take that!
The body double likely fired the gun at the balloon, but he assumed that the balloon hit. But we assumed that the balloon hit something. It would have been the balloon's basket. Let's examine it immediately. Oh, could we have always done this? I don't think we could have. Ooh. There's a gas tank here. It's attached to the basket. I don't think we should be looking at the tank right now if a bullet had hit it. In fact, neither Simon or I would still be here. We would have been blown sky high. Let's look elsewhere then. I want to look at the possibility of inevitable death. Oh, hello! This hole. It's a bullet hole! A bullet hole was found in the basket. You want to be able to talk your way out of this one. Move forward. How do you intend to explain the gunshot and bullet hole? So you figured it out. You're good. I guess it's impossible to hide anything from you. Spill it out already. Okay, no need to be impatient. Here we go again. 2 bites a blow. Ah, it's cute. This is a cute thing. It happened when I was riding the balloon to the rooftop. I saw the body double and you, Miss Courtney, on the roof. Talk about a surprise. Only the double noticed me. Told Miss Courtney to leap ahead of him. He then pointed a gun at me and fired. Why did he want to shoot down the balloon? It's simple. The body double intended to kill Miss Courtney. Kill me? That's right! You talked to the double about John, didn't you? Well, it's not like the body double would have met with you otherwise. From his point of view, it wasn't like showing him evidence that he was a fake. I mean, he was afraid of Judge Courtney because she knew about John's past. Afraid? And that's exactly right! That body double was a coward after all. So now all I'm hearing is Simon is a hero. That's what I'm hearing. Simon did nothing wrong. He's a good boy. Now, I remember how his hands were trembling when he fired the gun at my balloon. Are we all clear now? I was only there by chance, just a friendly witness who was passing by. You blights a blow. It happened when I was riding the balloon.
Hold it!
Around what time was that? I think it was around 11 p.m. It should coincide with the time Miss Courtney and company were on the roof, right? Yes, it was at the around that time. There doesn't seem to be any contradictions. However, the time frame is important. It was at that moment I saw the body double. Yup.
Hold it!
Are you saying this rooftop rendezvous? By the way, fucking hate this word. Terrible way to spell it, rendezvous. Was beyond your expectations. There's no way I could have known about that beforehand. Well, once the dust settled, I could guess what would have happened now. Double had intended to kill Miss Courtney. Hey, did you realize that? No, I did not realize it. Because you were babbling on and on about that kid. What kind of mother are you? If things have gone badly, your kid might have died before you, because of you.
Objection!
I'm your opponent, not her. Don't change the conversation. Judge Courtney, I'd like you to please leave this to me. My apologies, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Oh, Goddess of Law. Please watch over this man and grant him aid. You're making me laugh! This lady didn't even notice the balloon! Only the double noticed.
Hold it!
He had her lead ahead of him. Didn't you say the body double had planned to kill her? Maybe you thought it would be bad if someone saw the scene of the murder. At the time, no one knew the president was a fake, right? Once he got the info on John, he'd be able to kill both mother and son whenever he wanted. Thank goodness he's dead. Now you're both safe. You should be happy. See? Rewards. Give him all the rewards. A crown even. He deserves it all. Whatever emotions you have towards that man, please put them aside until it's all over. But now, please continue your story. As you wish. Oh, and so that Kelly body double. You must have panicked when an eyewitness suddenly appeared from the skies. Pointed the gun and fired. The bullet struck the balloon's basket cleanly. I panicked and quickly tried to get away. So he wouldn't shoot me down, but... Talk about a close call. You say you tried to get away, to get away right then. That's right. Is there a problem? Is there a problem with a statement? Yep. You must have placed Kay on the rooftop. Couldn't have gotten away before then, correct? Yeah, that's right. I forgot. After that body double fired one shot, he entered the hatch the 51st floor. I looked around for a bit and then landed on the roof. Please add that statement to your testimony. Sure, I don't mind. I already know, it's the testimony that I want to put there. So I went a little bit too fast on my logic, which is fine.
Hold it.
You mean the hatch that leads to the hidden storeroom for the black market auction? Black market auction? Huh. I don't really want to remember, but that was 2 days ago, right? Indeed. The black market auction was held on the 5th floor of the Grand Tower. A lot of people must have been coming and going through the storeroom during the incident. Indeed. The double truly did enter the storeroom, as Simon said. Strange that no one noticed him. The problem here is when this incident occurred. We know the precise moment that a certain piece of evidence may come in handy. Eyewitness testimony from the balloon. That means if Simon hadn't come, Judge Courtney would probably have been in danger. So what did that mean? He saved her life? Exactly, Kay! Exactly! The man is a hero! The motive behind Mr. Key's actions was probably not so noble. After all, this man was there to commit a crime just like the fake president. Yeah, but he committed it better. He's more of an anti-villain, I think. To expose his crimes, I'll need to listen carefully to his testimony. There must be an opening somewhere. Oh, I already know. Wait, no. This goes right there. It goes right at that end. Like, literally at the end point. There you go. But he didn't do that, Simon.
Objection.
Once again, you lied. Lied? The body double could not have entered the storeroom on the 51st floor 2 nights ago. Miss Hart's testimony proves it. What? How can you trust that sham journalist's testimony? What do you say? You can't insult my mentor like that! 2 nights ago, the lady was staking out the 51st floor. Given that, just how did that body double leave the roof? Indeed, that is what we must now prove. He did not use the elevator or the 51st floor to leave the roof. And only one route remains. How did the body double leave the roof without using the elevator or the 51st floor? He used the Mayan balloon.
Take that.
The body double flew. He flew? Simon Keyes. He rode in your air balloon.